yeah, see me or something like that. Anyway, I made it a, would I say, a duty to often come on live as much as possible. So, hi. I know it takes a while before people get to know you're online. I'm still trying the nooks and crannies of like YouTube live. I just really want to know how it works, so that's why I up on it. I just finished a live video on Instagram where we were talking about this topic, and the concept is toilet infection real, because a lot of people have these ideologies about toilet infections and stuff like that. And I don't know if it's something that about, of, but in Nigeria, when someone tells you they have toilet infections, usually they're talking about itching or uh, pain when they want to go pee and all those kind of things. Yeah, so if you don't know, I mean, Jama, I'm also a pharmacist and public health advocate. So aside what I do here on YouTube, I also do that as for career wise. I'm a pharmacist and public health advocate, and I currently also a student in public health. What am I saying? I'm currently a student undergoing like my master's in public health. So yeah, I don't know how. Where do I see the comments? Because I want to see you guys' comments. Okay. Uh, oh God, I can't believe that when it comes to this, I don't even know how it works. Wait, what? Have I started? Wait. How do I see? Okay, start a Q&A. I don't know. Okay, let's start a Q&A. Let's do something interesting. Ask me a question. Ask me a question. Let's do something fun tonight. I have like 20 minutes to spare. I've not done this one. Drag it. Okay. So let's do this. Start. So, hi Steve. Hello. Hope you're well. I'm seeing comments now. Yeah. So, good evening from here. So you can ask me a question. Let's chit chat. How's your life? How's adulting going? Like just adulting as humans. Is it not stressful sometimes? It almost feels like, why is it that nobody told you about this? You growing up, you always like imagine that you're still, oh please, are you still in Ghana? No, I am not in Ghana at the moment because first of all, I have work that I had to come back to do here. And secondly, I'm not a permanent resident, so like they give you like an amount of time to stay, so I can't overstay. So of course I can't do that. I can't do that, it's not right. So but I still have like Ghana content, like some of the content I did in Ghana that I've not uploaded. So I hope you're gonna watch when I put it out there. Even if I'm not in Ghana, I hope you're gonna watch when once it's out there. Yeah, so I still have like some Ghana content. So actually miss Ghana. Anyway, well maybe soon. Let's see how it goes, right? Let's see how it goes. So for now, to answer your question. All right. So, how is your Saturday coming along and all that? So I was talking about adulting, like how that, maybe growing up, you always, I don't know, I don't know if this is like same for you. You always imagined that, you just wanted this freedom. You wanted to to live alone. You wanted to just explore. You just wanted your life. You were so tired of the um being under your guardian or parent or something like that, and you just wanted to run away and stuff like that. But you're now an adult, a full-blown adult, getting to do all this life, and then you now know that wow, your parents really really did try. and you didn't know that it was really, sometimes it can be rough out here. I might just the only one. Anyway, please ask your question. Ask your question. Fred, do you live in Ghana? Do you live in Ghana? Hey, Steve, wait. Since Ukraine? Oh my god. Wait, do I know you? Because that name rings a bell. Hey, like you are an OG since Ukraine. Oh my god. So I used to meet. Oh no, I think I know you. We were in the same city, right? Oh, I think I know. Oh, I was still in. I know you. I think I know you. That name rings a bell. Oh, thank you so much. Oh my god, you just made me a little bit nostalgic, remembering life in Ukraine. So if you don't know, if you're new here, so I'm a drummer, of course. I studied in Ukraine. I did my undergrad program in Ukraine. So I studied pharmacy in Ukraine. Oh, Fred, you are Ghanaian, but now in Canada. How is Canada? What's the weather like there? Because how are you surviving? You know, you're going from Ghana to Canada. Ghana is like the the temperature, the how do I say it? It's very hot. It can get very hot in Ghana. So going from that to this, how was it like for you? And how long have you been living? Maybe you're used to it now. Yes. So like I was saying, I studied in Ukraine. I know some of you might be asking, how did you survive Ukraine? You know, I get questions like, oh, was it because of the war you came back? The truth is, I came before the war. I didn't even know that there was going to be something like that happening. But I finished. I came back before the war. So it's always very sad to me because I hold Ukraine is like my second home after my home country, because I spent most of my teen years in Ukraine. You see, so it's very dear to me. Like my thing, like, so all that I know about. I mean, I grew up in Ukraine. I don't know if you get what I mean. So my teen up until, so that was it. Anyway, so life in Ukraine was, interestingly, it wasn't as, in the beginning was a lot of cultural shocks, you know, moving from Africa to all the way to Europe, and not just Europe, Eastern Europe. It's a lot, but eventually I got used to a lot of things. And one thing that helped was that in the city where I was in, there were a lot of black people, people from Ghana, Uganda, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, I mean, and so many other countries. So you're able to interact with people that had the same, you know, skin color like you. So it was very easy to adapt. And yeah, and we also had teachers who would teach us separately from you, because Ukrainians would study in Ukrainsky, and the we studied in English, so we didn't have to study together. I don't know if you get what I mean. So yeah, briefly life. Or you want to ask me about life in Ukraine? You can ask me questions about life in Ukraine or whatnot. So I just opted on this life. I want us to have like some interesting discourse, you know. Yeah. So let me know. I'm welcoming questions. Okay. Want to know anything about life in Ukraine? One of my deep regrets, let me say this, one of my deepest regrets is not learning either Russian language, which is Ruski, or Ukrainsky, because there's so many opportunities that I would have easily gotten if I could speak, especially Russian, Ruski, and I had the opportunity to learn. I wouldn't say I didn't try. I tried at some point. I remember, so at one point I would be watching the movies and the Ukrainian movies or Russian movies just to help myself. But I think that one of the things that, when it comes to language, one of the ways to learn a language very fast is conversing with the locals, like having more conversations and relations with the locals of that place to help you 100%. If you're able to do this, you will learn the language. But one of the things I noticed was that anytime I try to use someone, not use, like speak to someone who is a Ukrainian, or speak to them their language, to so that I could, you know, learn and just practice. They most times want to also practice English with me. So it was often like we had, so that happened. So at the end of the day, nobody's, this person also wants to learn English, and I also want to learn their language. So where's how do we do this now? So I often like encounter that. So if you want to know anything else about Ukraine, or anything you want to ask me a question. I still have my Ivory Coast video, not posted anything about Ivory Coast aside those ones, I think. Okay, that's a good question, Steve. I'm going to talk about it. So the reason why I've not posted my Ivory Coast video, I may be a bit of a perfectionist, right? I am not so much. So, as I start creating content around travel, I have mentors, people I look up to, right? When it comes to these things. And sometimes when I watch their content, I'm just like, oh my God, I love it. But the truth is, like, I know it took them years to get to where they are, but I don't know why I'm trying to compare mine with theirs. So I'm like, I want to make it, 100%. I want you to have I want you to have maximum pleasure, like maximum. I mean, like when you watch something, you're enjoying it. I've not gotten to that place yet in terms of filming, but I try my best. I try my best. Recently, some people complimented my intros, especially. Like, I always start with a story sometimes. I don't know if you've noticed it in my vlogs. It's quite intentional, because I'm just like, okay, I know that I'm just trying out here. So now for Ivory Coast video, I'm just like, okay, I need to add this, add that. I don't have this, I don't have that. So I think I'm overthinking it at this point, and I just need to just edit this video and post it. And also I have this, like, I have Ghana videos, some videos from Ghana, and the same thing too. And I think I have so many videos on my phone. Literally, my phone now is full because there's so many things on it. I have not edited them. I feel like it's giving me so much this thing, like I am overthinking it at this point. And I don't think I should just post, and I think people will appreciate it. Because, let me even say this before I answer Steve's question, right? Let me say this. One of my videos that is currently doing so well is one video I shot about, and I know maybe that's where a lot of you like followed me. You found my channel from that video. When I was talking about this is the best church in Ghana, something like that. I attended the best church in Ghana, something like that. Let me tell you something about that video. That video, look, this is not to sound inspirational, but I'm going to put it out to you, right? Don't overthink things. I'm telling myself to this, because that video, I almost deleted that video. Why? Because I was just like, who is interested in my life? Like, okay, I'm going to church, so what? So I'm going to church, and so, okay, you went to church, and like, what's that? Exactly, that was my thought. And I reluctantly posted that video. I was just like, okay, let me just post it at least so that I can keep up with my streak. Because at the time, I was making sure I posted 3 times weekly. So that would be, and Sundays were part of those days I would post. So that Sunday, I was just like, you know what? A video has to go up today, whether I feel good about that content or not. Guess which video is the best? Will I call it the best seller on my channel now? Because I don't have any video that is up to that amount. That video right now is on, I think, 65k views. How? And a lot of people love it. A lot of people like connected with me just from that video, and I'm just wondering, like, how? You tell me how? Like, how does this thing work? You know how they always say, like, when it comes to social media, maybe a lot of you, I don't know if you're content creators, is that video that you think would not do well, is that one video that you just reluctantly post that will not turn out to be the best video you've ever made, or something like that. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this, like this Ghana church blew my mind. That was my thumbnail, and I visited this church in Ghana. 65k views. In my head, when I was editing this video, I was thinking, oh my God, like, I don't have the aesthetics I want. I mean, this place, I don't think I really like the where I was, like the place I booked for the where I was living in Ghana. So I was like, oh, I don't know if this is presenting the way I like, the kind of thing that you envision in your head and all that kind of thing. And I didn't bring my iron, so my clothes wasn't ironed. I had to go to church. I was not feeling the best. How did this video turn out to be the, you know what, the irony of life? The irony. Anyway, Steve asks, does it cost a lot to start traveling? I think I need to, this is a very good question. I need to put out a content about, maybe start talking about budget traveling, because I'm the queen of budget traveling. I believe that you can still have maximum fun with okay. Let's say this. Um um what's this question? Does it cost a lot? So budget can be relative, right? But I still believe that you can travel and still have maximum fun without breaking the bank. I'm such a believer. Like, there's so much that you can do, really, without breaking the bank. So does it cost a lot? I would say the countries I've been to, like recently I went to six, was it five African countries? Okay, from Nigeria to Benin, Togo, Ghana, Ivory Coast. Okay, fine. I don't have, the truth is, like, I don't usually like say this amount is for this other amount I use it for this amount I use it for this. I don't, I don't do that. But the truth is, I know that I can't spend more than an amount. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I will do a detailed video talking about this particular trip, how much I spent, if I can, like, have everything detailed, right, like that, just so you know. But I do believe that, well, it can cost a lot when it comes to using, I think the things that take money the most is your flights. For instance, the first time I traveled to Ghana, I went by air, and I paid, just going to Ghana is like 250, about 250 or 260, because I didn't book in time. So for the old trip, I paid 500 plus for going and coming, and that's like return tickets back and forth. Like, I paid 500,000 naira. Okay, let me put that in dollars, or because of some of my audience are not, some of you guys are not Nigerians, so like you may not understand. So that's I think in cities that should be, if I'm not wrong, let me see, let me do the maths well. That should be 5,000 cedis. Yeah, yeah, that should be 5,000 cedis, and in dollars that should be, like $333, if I'm using like the, yeah, about $333. Yeah. So, and that was just for flights only, right? Imagine if you want to do budget travel, that's already taking some that's you already taking some amount your from your budget, your budget. So, but this time around when I traveled, I used a bus. I went by road, and just going and coming, my return ticket and my going and coming, everything, I spent from Nigeria to Ghana and Ghana back to Nigeria. Going was, how much was it? Oh my god, because I'm trying to remember how much I paid. I think it was 80. Please give me a moment. Give me a moment. Let me pick up the data fast. How much did I spend going to Ghana? Okay, I spent, it was 86,000 going, and 86, so 86 times 2, that's about, wait, 86 times 2, that's 172,000, and that in cedis is 1,720 cedis. So imagine the difference: 5,000 by air, 1,720 by road. Of course, there are perks and pros and cons, right? We're going to talk about that. Anyway, so in dollars, that should be about, just giving you approximate, $114. Hi, baby. $114. So the other amount was $333, and by air $114, by road. Look, within Africa, right? I wish that like there will come a time when there will be like a train connecting from one point of Africa to another point of Africa, or like some form of transportation. I feel like train would be the best, the ideal one. And maybe more airlines, connecting airlines that are not as expensive. Do you see what I'm saying? So this time around when I traveled, I was able to spend within budget. But the first time, because it was my first time, I was like, okay, let me just try going by air. And look, going by road, I was able to do more countries because from Nigeria, Nigeria and Ghana, we have two countries in between. But I don't know why we're always talking about Nigeria, Ghana, and one of the reasons is because Togo, Togo and Benin, they are French speaking countries. Look, when I was in Togo and Benin, oh my god, I couldn't for the life of me understand what they were saying. And look, you see, if maybe growing up I was aware that things like this would exist, like there would come a time where I would struggle with things like this, I would have taken French seriously in school. Because tell me why the only thing I know is bonjour. I can't be the only one here, please. I can't be the only one, really. Anyway, so what was I even saying? So now, yeah, I was able to now get that. Now, when it comes to accommodation, right? In Ghana, there, if you want to stay high scale, you want to do like, beachfront house building, blah, 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 you have that. And you have the amount that you're going to pay for that. Okay, that will be running in some, figures. And then you also have like the budget friendly ones. And the first time I came to Ghana, I used Airbnb and I was able to get like a good rate. And I was able to get one around like close to, because if for instance if you're going to Ghana, I want to just, and I don't know if there's anyone that is interested in visiting Ghana very soon. So my Ghanaian friend had told me that if you are looking for any place around within Ghana, you should look at cantonments, around cantonments, Osu, Labadi, all those places. You don't want to stay so far, especially if you come for tourism. Like the reason for coming is for tourism. You want to stay around stay in places that are easier to, like you can bus in, go somewhere, come back without any hassle. So that's something you want to put in mind. So is it costly? If you do it well, if you plan it well, it's not gonna cost you much, right? Maybe I do a did you want a detailed video about like maybe how much each of these places cost, like Ghana, how much I spend. I find that to be so decent, but if you want to, maybe I can do something. I would find a way to do that or something like that. Someone asked, oh, Mimi, thank you so much. See, you are the one helping with this live because I have no idea. So she said double tap on the screen to like the live. Please double tap. Please double tap. Okay, so if you double tap on the screen, you can like. Can I also do that from here? Oh no, I don't think I can. So double tap on the screen if you're feeling the content. I see there are more people online. Please double tap. Anyway, hi Na. See, okay, you guys. Today is not. I wish Na could come online, but I don't know if she's. I don't even know what. Okay, don't let me spill. I don't know if she. Should I spill? No. Anyway, today is Na's birthday. Please let me wish Na happy birthday in the comments, please. Na is such a wonderful person, you guys. Oh my god. Like I can't. Na is my friend. She's my internet friend. I met her on the internet. I met her here on YouTube, I think, and she has been such an instrumental. She plays such an instrumental part in my visiting Ghana, like helping my Ghana. Look, when I'm in Ghana, I feel like that's another home for me because the way I'm in Ghana, the only thing is I can't speak the language, right? But aside that, I am able to navigate places. I even take the local and transport, the public transport. I mean, sorry, and it's and sometimes I even like I call them like I'm coming to your house. It was just amazing. Like I know somebody's house in another country. Oh my god, nah, happy birthday to you. I hope you had a blast. You. Someone asked me, are you a healthcare professional? Yes, I am. I am a pharmacist and public health advocate. I'm also a master's student. Like sometimes like this English is English language is like I'm a master's. I'm taking public health. Oh god. Why am I slurring my speech? Anyway, I'm almost like wrapping up my masters in public health. That's what I mean to say. So public health and pharmacist. Yeah, licensed pharmacist. Anyway, I I don't have yes. Please, you can ask me your questions. So really, you can ask me your questions. Double tap, like Mimi will say. Double tap. Mimi just also hit like 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm so excited for you because I remember how like you can be doing so much work and you're just like, oh, I want to get to this, and YouTube has this like requirements for you to get monetized and all that. So one of it is hitting like 1K subscribers. That's why a lot of people tell you, okay, subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, because if you don't hit that, you cannot get the opportunity to even be in that monetization. Goodness. Wait. Someone said, oh, Judith, when will you be back to Nigeria? Do you want to see me? Do you? I'm actually in Nigeria. So Danny Kofi, you're welcome to live. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I think this is the first time I'm using this vertical. So live as like you can do it this way and you can do it this way. So this is where I'm doing this, and I don't know. Now tells me that tells me that life can be addicting. I want to see. I want to see. So sometimes I just want to jump. I finished a live recording online on Instagram, and I just thought, why not use the same vibe like what you're feeling right now and just get on YouTube and do some quick live and just keep it going. I don't want to think too much about these things, because sometimes when I'm thinking, okay, maybe I should go live this day, I stress so much. I'm like, oh, it's not that serious, please. Anyway, Black Mogul said 4 a.m. in Australia. Wow. And why are you not sleeping? Oh my god. It's good to have you here. Australia, 4 a.m. How's life in Australia? I know, like, Australia is like, I feel like it's like at the other end of the world, other part of the world. And how are you? Do you find, where are you originally from? And do you find, what is life like living in Australia? Just, I want to have a glimpse just from your comments or something like that. Yeah. So please help me wish Na happy birthday, please. You guys are not doing that. No, please wish her happy birthday. She's here in the comments. Wish her happy birthday. Happy birthday. Na is a Ghanaian. She's from Accra, and I know that she always say that, why can't I pronounce her name in full? So because I don't want to butcher it, but I think I know it now. It's Nachwe. Am I correct? Nachwe. What does it even mean? I never asked you. And she's also a tour. So if you want to tour, if you are coming to Ghana, you're looking for someone a tour guide, professional, very professional, warm, friendly. She even helps you take pictures, and she's very good with her angles, right? As content creators, you want someone that can take you like good pictures, good. She knows all the angles. Like, she will give it to you, and then she sends them to you. She's like really amazing. I don't think I see any other at all. There's some people that take pictures, but when they're done with taking your pictures, you're just like, wow. But at least they try, Anyway, yeah. So, any other question? Actually I don't know if I'm to check something. This question tag, how am I supposed to even check the question if someone asks me? You know what? Gosh, we learn every day, but I don't know. So this question thing I put here now, how do I check if someone has sent me a question? Drag here to NPN, because I can't tell if someone is asking me a question. So hi Ebenezer. Hi, welcome. Hi. Hi. So, do you have any other questions? So yeah, for someone who wants to travel, please just plan. So some of the things I do, and some of the things that we do as content creators sometimes, is that we reach out to people in another country. Like, say for instance, you see someone creating content, like someone that lives there, that lives in that place, You can just send you can just send a message, connection with, oh, I will be coming to this place. Maybe for example, you're visiting Togo, I'm coming to Togo. Would you happen to like be around? Show me a few places, something like this. If the person is free, fine. If the person is not, like you go through their content, and there are people that post about like maybe life in that place, post about like interesting things in that place. But you can, one thing that you can do is that you can first build the relationship first, and building a relationship, you don't have to be pretentious about it. You can just like, oh, just engage in their stuff first, engage, and just to have a feel of what that person is, who that person is, and stuff like that. But it's not 100%. There's nothing that is 100%. You have to always go with your gut, your instincts. Very important. The world is not, but they are very good people. I mean, I've met most of the people are it's amazing. Most of the people I talk to now, I met them online, but it's not, you have to, Mimi said, "Hi, Jama. How do you fund your trips? Maybe we should start a GoFundMe. Oh my god, oh my god. You know what? That's a very good question. Honestly, that's a very good question. How do I fund? I say I work for it. I save. Like for instance, like before I plan any trip, I'm like, okay, so from this month, I save towards my trip. So from what I because I work remotely, so it actually helps me travel better because I can be anywhere in the world and still work. Sometimes I may have to be around in my home country, Nigeria, because I have like some other things I need to do here, and they require my physical presence, like in terms of work. So I do like different jobs. You have to. One is not sustainable, so yeah. So that's what I do. Other people do different. So now on YouTube as well, you can. There's this thing here. I don't know if it's working. So there are people who like put their account numbers on their description and stuff like that. The thing is, I try sometimes, but like I always cringe. The thing is, like, look, if you're doing the work and you would need a little, you don't mind some support or something like that, feel free to do that too. Really, like some people do that, and people actually fund them. Like there's this girl that is currently trying to visit like all the countries in the world. She's in the countries in the world, and she's currently in Africa. Yes, she's currently in Africa, and she always posts it. She will post in the description, oh, please support, and people send her, they support her. I think if people like your work, they're gonna support you. When it comes to those aspects, I usually like cringe and all that, but then really like I need support too. Like everybody needs like one way or the other. So other things you can do is like just take like some like small like having like your other jobs that you do, or taking like up roles and stuff that wouldn't like you still give you like some time to travel and visit places. That was amazing. That would really really help you, because the times when I was out there in Ivory Coast, Ghana, the reason why I was able to do that and it's because I work remotely. If I was working physically, I wouldn't maybe have that much time to do so much. So not everybody has the capacity to do that, because maybe you have a 9 to 5 and stuff like that. So what you can do is to plan towards it, like plan towards your what's it called, say annual leave. You can use that. So before that time, you start planning. Maybe it takes 6 months to your annual leave, so you know that from this month, or I need to be saving this amount. If you don't have up to, if you know that you cannot, oh, the amount that you have to save before that time wouldn't be possible. You now have to start asking the questions like, what do I need to do to make extra funds, to make extra income to fund my trip? Do you get what I mean? Well, I'm not a financial coach, but I mean that's my opinion. Anyways, so I'm a Ghanaian. Australia is gorgeous, the most beautiful place I've ever lived. Just fine for me. Thank you very much. Oh, the things I heard about Australia, though, but you need to confirm for me. One of the things I heard is how that you have contact with wildlife a lot. Like some people show their buildings, and not buildings, like their homes, or like how you have like animals coming in through the windows, kangaroos, and I don't know how true that is. Is that everywhere in Australia, or is just people overhyping that. Someone asked me a very deep question. So deep. Oh my god. Hi, Mojemeno. Please, you have to tell me where you're from. You have to tell me where you're from. Really? Mimi, do you know that this niche that you're in? Let me, before I answer your question, Mojemeno, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. Please tell me where you're from. The first name looks, I don't know, like, I don't want to be wrong. Looks like, or I don't know if you translated it. It looks like Polish. I'm gonna be wrong. Anyway, so Mimi, and you know your niche is something that's it's a, for lack of a better word, it's a very good niche. Like Mimi, if you don't know Mimi, you can follow her. She talks about, she visits places and shows like the everyday life, markets, like what the local market is like in that city. And she's doing cities to cities, and I know that eventually she will start doing countries to countries. People want to know, especially people who want to move back to the maybe from the diaspora, they're thinking of moving back to Africa. They like to watch content like this. Like they want to see what life is like, how much things cost. They want to compare with where they are. They just want to see things, how life is. And a marketplace is one place to display, to for them to capture things like this, like everyday life. How do people live here? How do people interact? So you're in a good space. If ever you ever think about like, oh, am I sure this is, just know that you are in a good niche. So well done. So what are my aspirations? That's such a good question. Like, how do I answer that? This question are those questions that send you into like, the first thing that comes to mind when that question comes is that I just want to be, I just want to do better. I just want to be better at anything that I am doing. I just want to live a life of purpose, a life that is not just about me, a life that is about helping people in any way I can, right? As a pharmacist, I also own I also own a community called Community, and that is to help pharmacists and health professionals. Because if you're in this part of Africa, you understand that health professionals are not well paid. Most of them are underpaid, overworked. They struggle so much, but they still show up, and a lot of them are burnt out, and they're looking for a way out. Like, how do I, move from here to here? And the truth is, there is more to the traditional space, traditional settings, and that's why I created the community out of that burden, to show them how they can, begin to live again, begin to enjoy what they are doing, and find other ways to make an impact that doesn't have to be the traditional way. Even at that, still be comfortable while doing it, and be compensated well for that life that they are living, for the value that they give. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why I created the community. You can follow me on LinkedIn if you want to see my a very like different part to what you see here. Although someone told me I should like, they like what is on YouTube, but I feel like YouTube is more like a hobby for me. Like, I enjoy just being here, and for more of like work. I post sometimes, maybe on my shorts you might see some like pharmacy related stuff, but on LinkedIn you see more of that if that's something that interests you. So you can follow me on LinkedIn. Ijoma Ebo. Ijoma. I don't know if you guys are asking me a question. So I hope I was able to answer that question. And please let me know where you're from, because that question was amazing. Anyway, let me know where you're from, like what country. This asked me a question. I just want to throw it away because I don't know if it's working. So I said I was going to spend 20 minutes here, and it's already 39. Wow. What inspired you to start creating traveling content? Oh my god, I love this question. I said I was going to spend 20 minutes here, but look at us, we're in 39 minutes. Okay. Hey, hi Mark. Ghana is watching. Thank you. Ghana has a place in my heart. Honestly, it has a special place in my heart. Anyway, thank you for viewing. So, what inspired? Let me ask, what inspired you to start creating travel content? Okay, let me break this to you, right? So, right from time, I've always loved traveling. Like, I used to travel back in school, but let me tell you something. That's why I don't want to sound like an inspirational, motivational speaker, but I've always wanted to open my YouTube channel since 2015. But I was too scared to start. Too scared of what say, how they would interact with my, maybe they wouldn't like it, or maybe I'll be laughed at, be mocked at, and all that. So then I would watch these people and I'd be just like, oh my god, I'll just watch YouTube. Then there are people that I liked watching. I don't know who knows. Wendy Williams, um, the real, those people. So I just watched them. Steve Harvey, oh the comedian, oh my god. So I loved watching them. Then I used to watch like some vlogs, and I was like, I want to do this live. Guess what? I think it was in my old laptop. I stumbled on a video. I wish I took it. The very first video I shot on I used my laptop. I think my iPad or so. I'm not sure. And I think I was talking about life in Ukraine because, mind you, I studied in Ukraine. So I was talking about it, but I was too scared to hit that button and put it online. Guess what? Maybe if I started then, maybe I would not even be where I am today, or maybe not. We don't know. Life is so funny, right? So my first trip ever. So while I was in Ukraine, I used to take trips around Ukraine. I'll go to different parts. Oh my god! You know what? My pastor named me. My nickname was tourist. He would see me out when he would see me because I could just randomly like you just see me at the location. I'm like, how? Like, when did you get here? And travel was so easy there because everything. If you don't want to go by air, you can go by train, and you have the fast train, so you can just literally walk to this train station and just pay your ticket, and you're in the next city in the next 2 hours or so. So I started traveling from them, but I never documented it. I would just document. Then I used to go to the mountains because there are places that are called Carpathians there in Ukraine. So there are the mountains. Sometimes you hike, you have like fun. It's beautiful. I do have some content on that, but it's my old. I just really do hope I still have those things. So, but I would just document. And sometimes I'll be like, I will start, but never. I was too scared to. I didn't even know how to edit. I just knew that I had. So then, like on YouTube, when you're filming, you have to film like this. So this is creating content 101, right? So when you're filming, you film like this so that you can have your videos in this format when people are watching. The one I'm doing now is more for reels and shorts and all that. So I used to create like this. And because of that, so most of my contents are like this, but it doesn't matter. I could still use them and like maybe talk about. I don't know if whatever. So I didn't even know how to edit my video. So you never saw the light of the day. When I started content was my last day before coming to Nigeria. That month, I told myself, if I don't post a video on YouTube, I will never open a YouTube channel. So I opened that channel a month before coming back to Nigeria, opened the channel, created the video, and posted it the day I was leaving because I knew that if I didn't do that, I will never. I don't know. There was just that thing of traveling, leaving a whole country behind you, starting a new world. If you don't do this, sometimes I operate under such pressure. But anyway, so my first country ever to travel to outside of Ukraine was okay. Yeah, the first trip I did 5 countries. I did Poland, Germany, Italy, Venice on water, houses on water. Oh my god, Venice, France. Yeah, I did the Eiffel Tower. I felt like it was very underwhelming. A lot of people were like, Eiffel Tower. I got it. When you get to those places and you're like, so this is the iconic place. Nice, cute. But there were too many people, so we had to go up to the last floor, and you could take the stairs, but oh my god, it's so tiring. So we took the stairs at some point, and we took the escalator. We went up. Too many people. Everybody was, of course, people want to come. People come to France for the Eiffel, to Paris for the Eiffel Tower. Yeah. So I went there. Germany too was cool. While my first trip was for what's it called? pilgrimage. I know you're surprised, like you'd be like pilgrimage. Yeah, so I heard about that. That was how I could start my first travel outside. Cause okay, let me tell you what inspired it. I feel like my story is everywhere, but this is so interesting. So one day I was speaking to someone, right, a Nigerian, in the hostel, because schooling and everything, school there, we're in school hostel. So he showed me his passport, and I kid you not, every page of that passport was stamped. I was like, how? He told me, this is the right time to do what you want to do. Like, the countries are close by, Europe is very close, and Europe is so easy to travel. Once you get that Schengen visa, you can hop into different countries. So I'm just like, what? Say no more. An opportunity came later on. Someone was like, oh, there's this pilgrimage, the Catholics go together to pray, and they have like this, how you have like some retreats and for some days and stuff. I'm like, count me in, you know. And that's what I did. So that was like a bus trip. Guess what? We toured these places by bus. I'm telling you. And that's how I was able to visit my first 5 countries, these places I just mentioned. Then my first solo country was to the Netherlands, and that was for after my graduation. I said I wanted to give myself a good gift. I've done well in school. I did so well. I passed everything, and it was my birthday period. It was around January. I can't forget, in 2019. So I went to the Netherlands. Beautiful. But I spent like 2 days, 2 full days or 3 days or thereabouts. But it was kind of depressing a bit because anyway, I couldn't, when you travel solo, my first solo, I didn't know what to expect, everything, but I knew I couldn't wait for people to be ready to start traveling. So I knew that I just had to travel. So that was my first solo country, so ever. So I don't know if that explained it. Then I returned back Nigeria. Then that was it. So that's it. So I took a pause, and then I continued last 2 years to start traveling around. So I don't know. Oh, Steve, you're in Netherlands. Oh my God. Do you know Netherlands? Oh, I love it. Where in Netherlands are you? I stayed in Amsterdam, and I was able to also do some train trips. I went to Holland and all that. Guess what? Netherlands is one country I would want to visit again. I don't know about you. You know what? Netherlands is that country I would like to visit again. Anyway, that's by the way. Uh what inspired to okay, so yeah, I don't think I answered the question. I just watched it again. What inspired to start creating traveling content? So I think my traveling content was, I would say it was is an happenstance, because it's not like I wasn't creating travel content. It's just that I wasn't traveling so much since when I returned to Nigeria. And the truth is, I told you, like, I was traveling then, but I wasn't creating content. I was only documenting on my gadgets, and I even I even lost a lot of files. Some of my trips, or my trips to Germany and all those things, I have it on Snapchat, and I can't log into my Snapchat. That's an issue I have now, because you know how Snapchat saves your memories and all that. I want to have that. I don't know how to connect. I have to get that back. Anyway, so when I started creating content, when I returned to Nigeria, I created everything. I started with pharmacy because I saw a need in Nigeria. I saw a need that there were not a lot of information out there, and I wanted to help people who were coming from the diaspora, coming back to Nigeria. So that's how my content started. Then I started doing a bit of lifestyle and all that. Then my first solo trip in Nigeria was to Obudu Cattle Ranch. You know where that is, right? In Port Harcourt. So I did that, and after that, yeah, so I did Ghana content, and I thought to post it. I even lost my footages in Ghana too. But you know what? I told myself, okay, let me just. That's why my first Ghana content, like when I went to Ghana, you didn't see a lot of footages. But I said, okay, let me talk about it, and I got a lot of like response, and I was just like, oh really, this really touched me. And that's why Ghana has a second place in my heart. Because I say second place, Ghana has a place in my heart. The reason is because with Ghana, like, within that space, I got monetized and all, and so yeah, that's it. I don't know if I was able to answer that question, but that was I mean considered. Oh, okay. So Mark says, come for a visit. My sister will host you. Oh, really? I wouldn't mind being hosted though. I want to eat proper Ghanaian meal that is made from home. I even want to learn, teach me how to cook it. I want to. Anyway, I don't mind. Well. Let's see how it goes. Let me just say that. Anyway, so Mojem, okay, you're from Ghana. Okay, that's good. Steve, how is the Netherlands now? And how is the Netherlands? One thing the Netherlands is known for is their, I think, pancakes, a lot. So, yeah, have you ever considered living in Ghana? That's a good question. How do I answer this question? If I get a good job, why am I saying good job? How do I explain it? I need to be able to, like, a job that would give me like a permanent residence. I think that's how it works. I'm not sure how the whole thing works. And the thing about, I don't know, like, will I ever consider? You never know. Yeah, that's true, waffle. Oh my god, I had it. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I had it recently. Someone brought it back when they were coming back. Oh my god, it's amazing, but too sweet, too sweet, too sweet. It's good for people who have sweet tooth. And I'm trying to recover from being one. One thing I like about the Netherlands is also the fact that almost everybody can speak English. Although Dutch is like their major language, almost everybody, not almost everybody, majority can speak English. So that's why I like that. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying your stay there. I hope so. Anyway, I've ever considered, so the living in Ghana. So you never say never, right? The thing about one thing I've noticed about living in a place is like I think, how do I put it? Not knowing the language, right? I feel sort of makes me feel lost. I don't know if you get what I mean. So I wish I could understand, because I'm so I like to be in control most of the times. Like I want to know what people are saying. Like I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it really. Not that like people don't speak English in Ghana, but you know, like most places, like when you go to the market, like you really want to like converse and know what they're saying. Like I don't like to feel like I'm not in control. Like when you enter the bus and they're speaking Tree, you want to understand what they're saying, and I don't want to be seen like a tourist. I don't like that idea. Like I want to like not look like a tourist. Like because when I tell you that I can't speak, you are like, oh, she's a tourist. And I don't want that. But never say never. So that's it. Anyway, because one time it happened to me, right? I went to go, you know how you go to the Momo, those people who sell, is it Momo? Yeah, those people where you transfer money, all this stuff. So the lady was now speaking to me. She was asking me for, I think she was asking me for my name or the name of the person I want to send it to, but she was saying it in Tree. Let's believe I don't know what she was saying. And I was trying to say, I don't understand it. Should I say, what do you mean you don't understand what I'm saying? I don't know if she thought that I was trying to act like I don't understand what she was saying, or I don't understand what she was, but I really didn't understand what she was saying. But she thought I was just maybe she thought I was tripping, but I was like, I don't understand. She was like, what do you mean you don't understand? And she keeps saying it in like Tree or something. And I'm just like, help me. Eventually, yeah, she just told me what I meant was this. I can't you understand that? I'm like, I just came to Ghana. It's my first time, please. Ah. Is it easier to get visa for African countries than others? Like when you mean others, do you mean like to like outside the country? Like we mean like to Europe or other countries? Is it easier to get African country visa for African countries? I can't really speak on this so much because I have not tried applying for a visa African country that I needed like a visa. Do you get what I mean? So I can't really say. I'm not the best person to ask this question. I want to believe no people actually face a lot when you're traveling. You see, Africa. I don't know. I don't know about you, but I'm one of those persons who believe that I think that Africa can be. No. You don't need a visa to Ghana. It's just that they give you a specific like now they gave me 90 days to stay. After that, I would have to either go back, right? like after that you have to renew it, something like this. So some people now go out of Ghana and come in again. Do you get what I mean? So, but I think if you now want to, maybe if you're a student, you have to like work on resident permit or something like that, that will allow you stay for that period of time you are in Ghana. But it's visa free in terms of you don't need to get a visa before traveling. You get it at the border. It's not a visa. Like, what am I even saying? Like, I don't know if I'm putting things, mixing things up. But like, you don't need to like apply in Nigeria for visa then start going. You can go to Ghana. Some people even don't even go with their passports. Some people either go with their ECOWAS passport or like they go with their ID cards, and you're good to go. Really. Um, a valid ID card, of course. Or should I say Ghanaian food you can't wait to try? Ghanaian food you can't wait to try. A Ghanaian food I can't wait to try. There's this one I saw recently that someone I don't know if you know this guy on Instagram. Eniola, an influencer in Nigeria, is currently in Ghana. I don't know if he's back, but he made this content for one food blogger in Ghana. Like boiled plantain, he mashed it, he added avocados, added eggs. I think that's gonna be nutritious, and it's something I want to try. And okay, another thing, as weird as this will sound, is I want to try. I've had wache. Is it wache? Wache? I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I've had it, but I want to have it in that leaf. You know that leaf. How you put it? Do you get what I mean? I want that. I want that experience. Yeah. What else? That's so funny. Black man go say apart from concerning me call, which we know you are in love with. If you don't know what concerning me call is, like egg and has spicy this thing in it. What would be your favorite Ghanaian food? I think my favorite Ghanaian food would be wachi. I love it so much. One thing you should know is like I really love food. Gosh, good food, man. I love wachi. I actually love Ghanaian jollof. I know like Nigerians were like, hey, I wouldn't say I prefer one over the other, but I actually love Ghanaian jollof. And I love wachi. So those are my two main. I can eat wachi like every day. I like the combination of everything, like it makes sense. So yeah, that's it for me. I want to throw a question to you. So what's your favorite food? So do you get to cook those meals in Australia, or are you now like, do you eat the food there, or what's like your food, what's now your favorite food now in Australia? And Ghanaian food I can't wait to try. Like, I know that there are so many Ghanaian meals that maybe I'm not aware of. There are so many. I would like to, you know what? I wouldn't mind like having this eating like just trying out different Ghanaian food, like maybe a week just trying Ghanaian meals. Anyway, whatever. If that's possible. I like Osanime. Do you know the thing? Like, I even want to learn how to cook, how to make it. I know the lady taught me in one of my videos. So I just need to watch it again and try it. It's so filling and it's nutritious. Yeah, so it's like an hour now, you guys. I feel like I'm going back on my words. I hope this was great. Do you have any more? I think we can call it an evening here, and maybe we'll try this sometime again. I hope you get to watch when my new content. You are not tapping the like. I mean, how do you even say it? Tap it so that the YouTube. Am I supposed to upload this? Mimi, are you still here? Please help me out. Do you upload your live videos? Because this one now, am I supposed to upload it or something? Please help me out. And I hope you enjoyed this live video. It's already 1 hour, and maybe we might get to do this more often than not. We see. Thank you so much for showing. Tap, 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 double tap, double tap, double tap. I'm not seeing the love. Show me love. If you know that this was quite, I mean, interesting or educating or inspiring or some sort, tap, 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 tap. Okay, I can make the video public when I'm done. All right, all right. Okay, 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 okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Tap, 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 tap. Let's see how it goes, right? Maybe tomorrow I may finish up one of my Ghana. Oh gosh, I don't want to over promise, but let's see how it goes. Either Ghana or Ivory Coast, I'll try and post. So also, like, if you notice on my channel, I've been posting about Pan-African, like talking about Africa and all that. One of the things I want to be doing is also to promote African Pan-African, to promote, I don't know if the word is correct, Pan-Africanism. You know, as I travel through Africa, I see that there's a need for us to connect. Like, there's a need for, I know that there are a lot of bad people, stuff like that, but I have consciously gone from, oh, like painting a whole place to be bad, to coming to this person is bad, not like because this person is from here, this everybody is bad. I don't know if you get what I mean. So we should understand that we are brothers and sisters. If somebody do wrong, treat them like, deal with them by their actions, not by where they are from. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Um. Yeah. So it's so important. Like, it's so important. See what Ibrahim Traore is doing every day. I look at what this man is doing. I'm just like, this guy is just so young, and he's teaching us already that we need to fight for what is ours. We need to. It's time that Africa is rising. Where it's going to be a long. Someone once said something that you can't blame a lot of people who have these ideologies about other African countries. You know why? Because even in our schools, we're not even being taught about our neighboring countries, like about them, about their freedom, about the 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 you know, the amazing things that happen there and stuff like that, about the people, about the culture, about the food. Imagine like going to school and you're learning about this instead of the Western like ideologies or things that are being taught about, like the Western, like, can you talk about my fellow African country? Can I know the history? Like, the more you know about her history, culture, the more you feel connected to them or people. I remember in Ukraine, they taught us like history of what's that called? History of Ukraine, one of the courses. And when you get to hear about the stories, you feel empathy. I don't know if you get what I mean. You feel empathy for these people. You be like, okay, you can't really blame them. Even when somebody does something, just like, I get it. Like, you're able to understand them, if you get what I mean. So like, I think it's high time we did in schools, change our curriculums, like add things that we need. Not that we grow up, we hate each other, like the same skin color. Like, we can't talk about racism out there, and we are doing this to each other. Like, it's not nice, honestly. We need to treat each other better. And if we want to win this fight, we need to come together. We cannot all act like independently and all that. Like, we need each other, really. That's my mindset, honestly. So I don't know why I felt the need to talk about it. So so because of this, very soon, online, very, very soon, you're going to be seeing more about like Africa. Like, we get to interview like people who talk about the Pan-African creators, have so rich conversations, so stirring conversations, rich conversations, something that would inspire maybe you to be better, or like you to see things and just awaken something in you, really. So you're going to see that very soon. We have already shot with our guests. I know I said this in my last video, but I'm just excited talking about it. Anyway, you guys. So I'm so excited. I'm sure a lot of you know this person, but I'm not gonna spill. Anyway, you get to see very soon. So yeah, so that's why I'm talking about. So today you saw a video about Ibrahim Traore. I know I'm still trying my best. I want to sound like a journalist. I want to like script and everything, but that's not really my style. But I'm just trying different things. So like, when you see different things on my channel, just know that we are all trying. We're trying. So if you enjoy it, just let me know. That was the video that I put up today. So maybe tomorrow, I pray. No, not I pray. I promise you a video. Maybe something about Ghana, or if I'm able to now finish my Ivory Coast video, let me know if you want my Ivory Coast video, instead of like which one you want first, and I'll post it. Okay, my Ivory Coast video, like a vlog video, that will take me a long, but we can do that. All right, so let me know which one you want, and yeah. Yes, so you'll see that tomorrow. So if you're not subscribed yet, what are you even waiting for? Like, why? Anyway, as someone said, the language is something you pick up quickly once you are there. I was able to speak decently Ga language directly in 2 months of message. What? Are you sure you don't? Are you sure it's not because you have a special ear for language? Because one thing about me is like language. Oh my god! But that's true. I think if you put your mind in, you're gonna do it. Oh my god! Someone was supposed to put me into trouble. You have not answered my question, Black Mogul. I asked you about the food and what you eat in Australia. You have not answered, and you're asking me. Should I answer your question or you answer mine first? Yes, Betty's closet said, sorry, true. We aren't taught the issue of Africa as Africans. Really? Like, do you know that when I went to Ghana, when I went to Togo and Benin, I just like so close, but we feel so far. I don't know if you get what I mean. Like Benin Republic is just after Nigeria is Benin. Like so close but so far. I never heard anything about it until maybe I started having family friends who would go there, and I'm just like, tell me about it. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't even know about them. I know, yeah, we don't speak the same language and all that, and I feel anyway. Let me get into it. Anyway, but I feel like you know, it would be great to know. It would be great to know about our people. Yeah. Someone asked me a question. Black Mogul, you're not answering my question. You said before you go, who has a better sense of fashion? Ghana or Nigeria? Do you know something? Speaking of fashion, right? Speaking of fashion, I'm going to make a separate video. There are too many thoughts coming into my head. But speaking of fashion, I want to learn about Ghana fashion. How do I put it? Is it Ghana fashion? Ghana fashion is the word, dressing and stuff like that, because I did realize that what we call Ankara here in Nigeria, I don't know what it's called in Ghana. Let me see. The thing is, Ghanaians have like they don't wear, how do I put it, like you can't wear certain fabrics to an event. I didn't know that such exist. So like I didn't know such existed. So now there was something that was happening during the president's John God, I don't know. Mahama, President John Mahama, during the inauguration this was it January, there were some Nigerians that went, and there was this Nigerian influence, like call her influencer, or like that went there, and she was putting on like this Ankara fabric, and people were like bashing her that why would she wear such. But in Nigeria, like you can wear that to an event, like it's even like as long as the cotton or the way you sew it is like on point, you can wear it. But in Ghana, I think it doesn't work like that. Please help me. Maybe I will do a video on that if you want it. What I mean by Ankara, I don't know if you can see what I'm saying. Something like this fabric, you can't just wear it in Ghana just for like for that event, like the Mahamas and President Mahama that inauguration. I think it's a no-no, and that was actually very surprising to me, because in Nigeria we can wear it. I think for like there's some outfit that is just considered for like maybe burials or something like. It's an interesting concept that I'm just interested in knowing about it. That reminds me, there's a content about like I found in Ghana. There's something I found interesting in Ghana. Especially in the Ga side. I don't want like you get to see it. A lot of Ghanaians don't know that that exists, but I'm going to share very soon. I have a video on that. So when it comes to fashion, I think that each country has their own. I like the Ghanaian fabric, like their fabrics, and I also like the fact that each fabric has a meaning. Like it's interesting. Like you would just I can just go to the market and buy something and sew. But in Ghana, it's like, oh, I'm waiting for this event. This fabric is not I'm going for this fabric for this event, and I find that interesting. And I don't know, I don't think I have a preference for who dresses better. I think one thing, maybe I make a video on it. Okay, so for fashion sense, I'm actually in between, honestly. I know that Nigerians can be very loud when it comes to our fashion. Like when I mean loud, like we are, see, when I go back from Ukraine to Nigeria, if I w- the outfit I wear to church in when I was in Ukraine, when I was going to church, for instance, I put on like a simple wear, and people love it. Like I get compliments. When I go to Nigeria, the average church, like most churches, you can't just go to church wearing like what you think is okay, like a simple top, and it's not like anything is wrong with it, but like you get to church, you see people, it's like a fashion ground. Like people are this long and elaborate and stuff. Like what is going on? So yeah, that's one thing I can say about, but I really don't know if in Ghana it's the same way. So yeah, that's something I can say. Yeah, so there is a Ghanaian restaurant that I do visit. It's quite expensive though, but I try to cook what I can. My go-to meal here would be steak with mashed potatoes. Oh, mashed potatoes, yeah. I remember that life. I don't miss it. Like I remember having to just eat things like, not that they are bad, but just like sometimes you just miss home food. Home, but don't you have African restaurants around that you can buy like stuffs that you can cook well, and also meal prep and keep in your refrigerator or something like that. I don't know if that's something that you do. Anyway, so you guys, I think I'm done at this point. This was good. I feel like not leaving, but like I didn't know I was gonna enjoy this, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I was a good host. Yeah. I hope I was a good host. Anyway, thank you all for your time, and I hope you have a wonderful evening, morning. Like Black Mongo, that would be morning for you. For another person, that might be an evening, afternoon, wherever you are. I hope you do. And until next time, stay blessed and keep going. All right, don't give up. The best is yet to come. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. Black Mogul said, enjoy the rest of your day. It was a good chat. Thank you. Thank you too. All right, you guys. Bye. Bye, everyone. Now, how do I